Hello there, Razzle48 here. We're gonna be reacting to the new Smash Bros. Byleth DLC trailer. So usually I don't do this. I'm not exactly that big on Smash, but I woke up this morning like 5 minutes ago and I went online and I saw Byleth's face on a bunch of thumbnails, and I am like huge on Fire Emblem. I've wanted this character in really bad because I'm like, Three Houses music would be like the best music in Smash if Byleth got in, and Byleth was the first party character that I wanted more than anyone else. So when I got on YouTube and I saw his face on thumbnails and I was actually happy with a DLC character for the first time since Joker, I'm like, you know what? For my reaction, I'm gonna actually record my reaction. I'm excited. I look like effing trash. I'm gonna take a shower first thing after this, but for now, I'm gonna watch this. I've watched like a minute of it. I've watched like up to where Sothis tells this man to get in Smash, but not watched anything else, and I wanted to record my reaction just because I'm actually excited for a Smash DLC character again. I haven't been since Joker, like I said. Oh my goodness, I'm actually so excited. Look at all these dislikes. 21k likes, 14k dislikes. Who's mad? Oh, I love it. Now you get to feel like how I felt when Hero stole Sora's spot. Oh my god. I'm actually happy. I'm very happy, very content. Oh man. Oh my goodness. I can't stop smiling. I'm actually so happy. Oh my goodness.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap?
I'm on the biggest Fire Emblem like thing right now. I got like this card that I put like old Fire Emblem ROMs on it, and I'm playing through Fire Emblem 6 right now. The one with Roy that was only released in Japan. And I started my second run of Three Houses the other day after over 130 hours in.
There is no other choice.
I'm the biggest Fire Emblem, like, oh my god, I love this game, I love this franchise. Okay, now I need to actually pay attention.
Smash Brothers already. What in the world are you waiting for?
I almost thought she said, join Smash, brother. I'm like, join Smash, my brother. Oh my god, I actually love it.
Joining Smash. Even the darkness itself.
Oh my god, it sounds so good! Oh, look at the models! They new models for all the characters for the background? Hold on, let me turn up the volume.
So you return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there?
Look at that
And you wield the sword as well? What will you do?
It just memed all over the no more sword scrubs.
Plan to win the day? So be it. I'll reward your cleverness this time.
Oh my god.
How is this?
Oh, those are... What? What are those?
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics.
Oh, I see what you did there, Nintendo.
Strike with superior reach. Use Amir's overwhelming power.
Was that a crit? Does this man have crits? Oh, I'm maining this character.
Speed of Failnot. Along with the sword of the creator, each weapon matches a direction.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Your will and mine be now at one. To you, both sides
Yo, I'm so happy. Oh my god. That's crazy. What happened to the no first party characters for the first pass? People are mad. Oh, I love it.
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is joining the battle. Fire Emblem Three Houses was released just last summer, so it's still very new. Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, thank you.
This release is planned for January 28th. You'll have instant access if you have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pack.
Okay, 2
and it
weeks.
will also be available to purchase individually.
Week and a half. Means I still get to go to Yu-Gi-Oh tonight.
If you're familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things, so don't worry. First off, what is Fire Emblem?
Oh, here we go.
It's
Here we
really hard to pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful.
Oh god, you'll come and get him, boy.
The series' first entry launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990. You could say it was a pioneer in the genre of tactical role-playing games. You might be wondering what makes it particularly tactical. Well, it's tactical in that it simulates combat. You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game, or in other words, a game in which you advance units across a grid in battle. When we talk about tactical games of that era, there were lots of ones in which you command tanks, aircrafts, and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games. Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products. Characters could permanently die.
Yeah?
That's pretty direct language though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes.
Bruh.
But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again.
Does this mean if you lose with Byleth, you can't play him again?
Recent entries in the series maintain this concept of permadeath to some degree in classic mode and what have you. But a lot of games now allow strategic withdrawals, so to speak. In the older games, your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary.
It was scary. My first
The
one was
game's
Radiant
stories are
Dawn.
told like Chronicles of War.
I was like, where'd my characters go?
Engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special. There's actually a reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game. First comes your opponent's team. They attack and you counter. Next comes your turn.
Huh.
And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series.
That's amazing.
People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking, 17 games? There are that many? Well,
Oh, if they re-release the old ones on Virtual Console, I'm gonna flip my effing crap. Okay. Yo, speaking of the counter real quick, we in Discord are having this conversation of Byleth's counter would be like Divine Pulse, and if it landed, you'd go back in time in the match to the last time the opponent whiffed something unsafe and Byleth was in neutral or something, so you could punish. And like turning back time, that whole thing, that'd be so sick. It'd be Witch Time but cooler. Probably not as good, but cooler.
Fire Emblem Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game.
Yo, I played so much
Sharp FE, and Fire Emblem
Heroes
Warriors,
these
and it comes out
days.
to
I'm actually
17
hooked on it now.
Let's
Just
try
got
saying
into it
again.
recently.
Fire Emblem, can you say a challenge? I'll give it a try.
暗黒竜と光の剣、外伝、紋章の謎、聖戦の系譜、トラキア77
Yeah, I haven't played any of
封
those.
印するディレクターの剣、
Oh, I think he missed one. I think he missed 5.
の奇跡、暁の女神、新南国
Don't flip me off, Sakurai!
覚醒、イフ、ヒーローズ、テコーズ、風化設
There you go, 17.
You just dabbed on all the haters.
数え方してます
So, you saw how I was counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary.
つまり、これが
This is 0, fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2, then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you get 16. Add 1 and you get 17. Awesome, isn't it?
To be fair, I was mad when Hero got in. Very mad.
One hand.
This is revenge!
And if you use both hands, you can count all the way up to 1023.
畳の数を数えるんで、ね、数を
If you've given up counting the knots in the tatami mat, you could always give it a go.
This man's
What
crazy.
is Fire Emblem Three Houses? In Japanese, the male version of the main character is called Bereto and the female version is called Beres, but in English they share the same name, Byleth. Byleth becomes a professor who ends up leading one of 3 academic
Oh!
Once you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life, and, well, you end up fighting the other houses.
It's Hogwarts!
After a certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their region.
Oh, it's so
It's a
good!
very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you.
今回追加設月を
To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release.
内容を見てきました。これは
I've done the same thing before.
Yo, they were
with The
planning
Legend
to
of
do this
Zelda Breath of the Wild,
before
for
3
example,
houses came out. That's crazy.
because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter.
設定することはできないなと初めて分かったりするんです。今回も同じような
I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it.
それを言う
And of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference.
何しろ攻略サイトも実は2000
Sakurai
The
looks
game
crap
has
up
multiple
online.
routes, and the outcome of each is very different.
なるんですね。なので
Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the story.
今回
Or be
I
dead!
try to avoid spoilers when I'm talking about the fighter. I hope you'll understand. Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release. Right now, it's actually November. Therefore, some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version. As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such for demonstration purposes. Here I go.
Oh, here we go! Alright! Oh my god! I'm so happy! Yo,
So,
Oh,
this is our
this
new
is the
fighter,
best
Byleth.
music in Smash!
Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can
Oh,
say for them.
That's
Those are
fake
not their
news.
strong
That man
points
runs
either.
around the
They're
monastery
bad
like
fighters.
nobody's
But
business.
actually, you could say that they're distance demon.
Oh, they're like Simon and
The hero's
Richter
relic they
combined
use
with
changes
Marth.
depending
That's
on the
actually
direction you
spicy.
input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that.
Okay, I was talking, so let me go back to this.
Their grab lacks range, but actually, you could say that they're distance demon.
I was talking.
The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that.
Does that mean that? Wait, there's a reason. Yo, that's Saros's bones. Yo, that's crazy. I've only done the Blue Lions route, by the way, so I may actually get spoilers because he'll be hinting towards stuff that I'll actually get. But does that mean that this man has like 4 different versions of each move? That's crazy if that's true.
First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip. They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves. For their up smash attack, they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air. For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead. The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time. The up special
That's
move
a
is
big
really
move.
something. The sword extends like this,
Whoa!
allowing you to do things like this.
Joker up B, but it has a forward
It was
hitbox!
pretty terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack.
I don't
And
really
in
play this
addition,
game. That's disgusting!
you can do awful things like this.
That is off!
That said, you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage.
That's
Hit
putrid!
that percentage, and you'll need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge. I've already shown this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges. So that's the F special. For
God!
the sideways inputs, this is Erdvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology.
Main man
First, we'll go through the
Dimitri!
forward
Blue
and
lines
back.
represent!
As you can see, they have a long reach. Like so. Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right?
You could say that.
If Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it. Next, the side smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even to here.
Yikes.
Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger.
Yo, so I've noticed like 3 different versions of this stage. I'm so 10 out of 10.
And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them. By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker,
Makes sense.
so it's not suited to close combat. It won't deal much damage, and it won't launch opponents far. That's why, as a rule, you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward. Or downward in this case. Next, the side special move. Byleth will simply swing the lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach. For example, even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still hit.
It's pretty great. I hate platforms.
Actually,
Final
you can do
destination
smash
all the way.
attacks forward a little.
Get in the
Like
way
this.
when you're trying to fast fall. Changes.
But as you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be careful.
Okay, we hard committing to these moves.
Use it in midair and you'll carve up a large area. Returning to the side air attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well, although you'll be vulnerable when you land. Now, for the downward inputs. For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir. It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really is strong. You can try for a meteor effect with this attack.
Okay, it's the spike.
Next is the down smash attack.
Spike's kind of
Heavy swing
disgusting.
of the axe, back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power. And for the down special, Byleth channels all their energy into a devastating strike. It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect, which allows you to withstand an attack. Just so
An
you know,
attack?
if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time, it plays out like this.
Well darn.
It's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage. Unless you get grabbed. Another notable aspect is that it lets you pass through platforms.
So it sucks,
While
just
you're
like
charging
Edelgard.
it,
Oh,
you
that's
can
not
pass
nice.
like this to reach a lower area. It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack. Also, you can turn around during the move. The swing takes a while, so if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction. Even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used against a group of opponents.
I have a backwards hitbox.
Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little.
Yeah, F up Ness.
It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them. By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get loads of counters. It hits with that much power in a single attack. Counters can actually multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this could just get you hit by counter after counter. Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Failnaught, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around. It's also easy to create certain combos with it. And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right? But there are a few noteworthy aspects to this bow. First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed. It's also very powerful. That said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button. You can also change direction while in the stance. It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you unleash
Oh God!
an arrow that looks like a beam of light. You can perform this move by keeping the button held down.
Is Claude that
You charge
broken?
up power like so. Charge a bit more, and then fire. But again, you'll need to take care when using this move.
Yikes.
For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words, you're committed to firing it. So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible. Once you've entered the stance,
What have we been going? 20 minutes?
you won't be able to do anything. Which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect. But you could always just aim into the fray, as it is, after all, a long-range move, letting you deal a sudden blow to opponents. So you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon.
Yeah.
Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a move called Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version. As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sophist and launch an attack together.
Pretty great.
Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female.
Yeah, just like the others.
However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are, as you can see, reminiscent of the house leaders.
I know which one I'm picking.
Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to.
That's my
The
man,
sixth color
Dimitri.
is based on Sophis, who you just saw earlier. And the seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story. Didn't we see this variation in the final Smash?
I love those colors. Those are actually great.
Next, I'll introduce the stage.
Yo, that's the best song!
Try to recreate the place where you spend most of the game.
Wait, no, it's not.
Garreg Mach Monastery.
Best song is Tearing Through Daybreak. Hopefully we'll have
This is
that
how
one.
Garreg Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral, all in one stage. It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four.
Such as.
Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas.
Let's go through my
The
three
first area
houses.
is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping.
That's my man
The
Dimitri.
guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house. Dimitri, Dedu, and Ingrid. Not
That is not how you say
Dimitri,
to do. To do it right.
Their names are a bit difficult to say.
To do. It's not difficult.
Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri's the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye.
He's a
It's
legend.
an unfortunate one, that one. There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but here you can break them, you see.
Yeah, who needs it?
If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right.
We always spending our gold on presents anyway.
I wonder where people will buy their supplies now.
Or from the online
And in the
travelers.
background, you can see the gatekeeper.
That man's a legend
You
too.
often pass through this area in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up talking to him a lot.
Nothing to report?
Moving through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop, you'll come crashing back down. You've
Oh.
broken through the ceiling and slammed
I
into the
love this song.
building. And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles.
Look at best
Take
girl
note,
Dorothea.
It's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adrestian Empire. And as such, they embrace their military might.
You could say that.
Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict.
You
Depending on
could
the
say that
passage,
too.
She'll go through some terrible ordeals. You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage. It's possible to knock them down.
Oh, it's one of those, huh?
However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage. You can reach it with other fighters, though.
You can't reach it in 3 houses either, so it's faithful to
So,
the game.
it's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There you go.
Yikes.
I made it.
That's a disgusting
And you can knock it
move.
Also, you can break this table. Like so.
Can't do that in the original game.
Just like the sign that reads Furin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range. Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area.
Yo, look at that.
It's very wide indeed.
It's so smooth. I love it.
It's similar to the Bridge of Elden stage. The guests are from the Golden Deer: Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence.
Hilda's.
They
They got the
belong to
best.
Lester
It's like Hilda's best from Golden Deer, Dorothy's best from Black Eagles,
Because it's an
and
alliance of many
Dimitri.
noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch. Incidentally, both Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War, the 4th title in the Fire Emblem series.
Huh.
I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training. As for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway, plain and simple. You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen. You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this
Sniper
sense, I think
rifle.
it suits the Golden Deer perfectly. The last area is the cathedral, only with some platforms you can pass through.
Hashtag Rhea did
The
nothing
guests
wrong.
in the cathedral are Sedith, Flame, and Rhea. There's Sedith, who appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flame. She seems to be under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire Emblem 3 Houses. All 3 have character quirks related to their true identities.
I know what they are because I figured it
I
out,
feel
but
that
I still
Flame might
don't
be
know what they
sure.
are because I haven't
So I'll
played
leave it
the
at that.
other routes.
This is a simple area of the stage. All
Oh,
it
I'm
has
so
are
looking
these
forward
platforms.
to it.
Being the last
Newfound
area, it may
hype.
be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes? Sakura's gonna play a match real quick.
Today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages.
Ha.
That'll give us precisely 5 players per side. Alright, here we go, Joker. Joker!
What?
And Hero!
Yes! The fate he deserved!
Hey, you really made a lot, huh? Banjo!
This man's
I
a...
think you know what I'm doing. But basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the Professor here.
What is this man
As
doing?
expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle, so I'm using anything I can get my hands on. It's not going
Alright.
down that easily. Uh-oh, this is bad. Finnegan's.
Finnegans. Why do you say it with
I
such
better keep my
disgust?
distance.
Maybe that was just me.
I'll use this chance to attack. Got it.
Bombs?
That's
You want?
scary. He's invincible for a moment here.
Yeah, F post-spawn invuln. Why don't you do something about it?
Lots of explosives.
You're the creator. Change fate.
Perfect shield at that, huh? Good one. If I do this, or like so.
Characters projectile and whatnot may
No
be
idea,
too
huh?
slow to be top tier
Yeah,
competitively,
it's not
but F competitive smash. If I'm trying to compete, it's all about BB tag.
Good. There's Mom.
Here's Mom.
You're in a good spot,
I
Mom.
wonder how many memes Sakurai looks at per day on average.
Ah, I shouldn't have taken that.
This man does the big damage though.
Well, I guess no one uses projectiles.
Maybe
At this
she
point, it
will
doesn't
be
matter if Gardevoir is
up
or
there just because of her damage and launch back, and up B because that moves are disgusting.
not. I feel like the enemy might get this special. See? They got it. But I mustn't give up.
Oh, that's
I can't
disgusting.
waste the chance.
All right, Roy.
There's another smash ball. Yes, got it.
Oh!
Now, what are you charging up for?
What are you charging for? Are you okay?
There's still more.
You can.
Go on, you can take the hammer, but it's mine. Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state.
It's an AI. Don't worry about
Hit
it.
him.
You made it there. Just
I
hammered
was trying
Roy
to
in the
fight
face,
using
just like in the
items
lore.
alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game. It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end.
The end. Okay, bye. Okay, this is the important part.
Now, about the additional music. Since it's from the Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages. There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration.
All right. Where? Tearing through heaven, chasing daybreak, Fodlan wins. Between heaven and earth, apex of the... All right, you got them all. You made it there. You did
11
good.
songs are being added. This
Beautiful.
includes an arrangement of
Perfect.
the main theme in both Japanese and English. I hope you'll enjoy these as well. We're also adding in a new spirit board.
Oh, I'm taking Dimitri to
It
net
includes
play.
the house leaders among some of the other popular
Hope?
characters.
The level 2s are called Hope in Japan? Japan.
So
what?
this is Legend class. Also, there's a new classic mode route, a Heroic Legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that.
Darn, spoilers. Well, partial spoilers.
Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
All right, deconfirms. Let's go. I want to see Gino deconfirmed. Who else? Give me Dimitri. I'll main sword. He uses spear, doesn't he? That's Assassin's Creed? Yo! That's crazy! Assassin's Creed Mikasa? That's actually cool as heck. Yeah, F these things. These things are disgusting. Alright, we got some more Mega Man stuff. Man X. That actually looks like Mega Man X too. And he plays like Mega Man X. We can pretend X is in the game. Okay, I don't know who that one is. Okay, I saw this on YouTube and I thought this was like a meme, like someone was just trolling. And that this was like just some mod that someone like made into a fake trailer. Nah, that's real. No Three Houses costumes? Okay. So be it, Jedi. Okay, that's toxic. Ezio, man. Ezio's cool as heck. Cuphead? Cuphead deconfirmed. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm buying all of those and probably using none of them. What about it? Well, you want to fight about it? Fight about Byleth and Smash?
Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added. It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation. I hope you enjoy these as well. After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it. And now, onto the amiibo. The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Oh, I'll buy the
Dark
Byleth one.
Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
Peach is the only one I have. I'll buy Byleth. I don't care.
はい、そして今回
And now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete. The lineup was Joker, Hero...
Joker? Yes? F you, Hero! Banjo's for old people only. Taro... I don't know who Terry's for. That's Sakurai being Sakurai. And Byleth's... Oh, pose... People mad. I don't care.
But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on. There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there? When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play.
Rip.
As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
I'm looking. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Sora! Sora! That's all I want.
Looks like there will be one more fighter than last time. For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will be available for pre-purchase on the date shown, so please keep an eye out.
Okay.
And now that it's official, we intend to move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed. Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchase it.
Okay.
Furthermore, the new additions have already been decided.
Okay.
Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them. But I still hope you'll look forward to it. We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2. Last time, it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
You get to play as Link?
It's a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I guess if you like Zelda, cool.
This will not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Oh, that's toxic.
スマブラスペシャル
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest-selling fighting game in the world.
I'll keep my mouth shut
Personally,
about
I
that.
don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world.
Okay, you get it. You get it. It's not.
It seems like
It's
Street Fighter
great,
2 was
but
in the
it's
lead
not.
for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales. However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6 to 7 if you really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems. So I
Don't
don't
worry
know if
about
that's
it. Your
gonna
game's
count.
great.
Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 1. Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game.
Now,
I
yo,
feel like
that's
it should be
fighting
more than a
words.
fighting game. Some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely. Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters.
I know. Pick Terry for yourself, and I
The
respect
first
that.
Fighters Pass just wrapped up, but it was decided that there will be more DLC, which means no breaks for me. I plan to keep working hard, so I hope you can continue to support us.
How old is this man?
That's it. Thank you.
He has like the best job in the world. Like, if he's old, he should retire, yeah, but why would you stop? You got the best job in the world. Yo, okay. Byleth, 6 characters coming. I hope one of them's Sora. I'm not, like, I'm gonna get pre-order the season pass, but after that hero crap, but we'll do it. You gave me this, I'm not gonna say it made up for it until I get Sora. If we get Sora, then it'll make up for it, and then I'll be very happy, but until then, this is Razzle48 saying goodbye, and I'll see you next time. This was great. Who's mad? I'm sure.